Good morning. It is Thanksgiving Day 2021, and I have left the storm-infested west side of Washington State for drier climates over here on the east side. Left my place about midnight, got here at 4 in the morning, and I'm trying to see if there's any ducks over here, and I can already hear quite a bit flying around in the darkness. I'm over here for 4 days. Sarah's going to come over and meet me on Saturday, and it's the last big hurrah for the month of November. We'll see what we can get into over here.
Dead bird, Holly. Go get it.
Alright, well, we are done. I ended up with 6 mallards and 1 gadwall. Holly retrieved all the ones that were on the water, and I dropped 2 in the reeds and was able to find them, which is pretty cool because you usually don't find the ducks you drop in the reeds here without a good dog. She doesn't really know how to find them in brush yet, but she's really good at doing the swimming retrieves, and she loves her job. I don't even know what time it is. I forgot my phone at the boat launch this morning. I had the aquapod sitting next to the launch. I had just pulled it out of my truck, and another rig pulled up, and 2 guys sped in. They backed it straight down the launch and missed, running over my aquapod by centimeters. So it was kind of a race to get out of there in the morning, and left my phone. It doesn't really matter. I'm sure it's before noon right now. There are a lot of ducks around here right now, and they seem particularly ignorant of the area. They're flying really low. I wasn't expecting it to be this good, considering that it's really calm. It rained a bit this morning. It's not really cold. There's no ice. It's just a really calm day. But I think these are definitely some northern migrants that just showed up into the area. There was clouds of them this morning flying over, and they're not done yet. There's lots and lots of action, lots of birds flying around still. They really want to be in this pothole behind me right here. So I got the decoys already picked up, and we're going to get out of here in good time and hopefully come back and hunt it a different way tomorrow, but kind of the same area, and see if we can do any better.
And here's a closer look of the birds today. A lot of pass shooting at this location. There was a few decoying birds early in the morning. Came right in over the spread. But most of them were overhead and pass shots. You just got to take them when you got that chance. And I kind of like hunting like that because it makes you a really good snapshot. Just look at the green. Fine specimens right there. Really happy with this Thanksgiving Day bounty. Grateful and I get the opportunity to come out here and do this. It's just too perfect right now. That sunset in the coulees. Hopefully we have a good hunt tomorrow. Sarah's coming out, so we'll see her in the morning. And got 3 different options in my head what to do. I guess we'll just decide at the boat ramp which option. There's a lot of snow geese flying around right now. I've seen a couple fields full white with snow geese. It's very warm over here right now. I would say it was in the 60s today, maybe mid 50s to upper 60s. I was sweating for sure. It was not winter-like or fall-like at all. And we're about, I don't know, 4 weeks away from the solstice. It's got to happen sometime. Here we are about 10 o'clock on day number 3. Sarah has arrived and I just put her in a spot. Hopefully get some good pass shooting. And it's been slow and steady, but fruitful for sure. Very little calling, letting them work. Take them right when you got the chance overhead. There we have it, the end of day number 3. Sorry, no action shots pretty much this entire trip. It's just been really hard with managing Holly and the type of action we are seeing here. Very few decoying birds today. Almost all of these were overhead pass shots. So they weren't really coming to the pond I was hunting. I was just snap shooting them as they were coming over the top. It was the slowest day of the weekend. You wouldn't know it by the looks of these prized birds here, but there were a couple hours between each one. Really had to just be patient and wait them out. I did get this big mallard here. I went and jump shot one of the ponds and it was loaded. Tons of gadwalls, tons of mallards on it. Got one more day tomorrow. I have one spot picked out. Been saving that card for the final hand. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow morning. Hunting a pothole back in the dunes. It is Sunday, November the 28th, and that means it's the last hunt for the month of November 2021. We have hiked back into the dunes. Very thankful for those featherlight decoys right there, because this is where they shine. Very lightweight, and you just blow them up. And hopefully we can get into some ducks today. If it's any indication of what I saw yesterday in the potholes in another area, they were loaded. So hopefully they'll be in this spot today. Traditionally, there's usually a lot of ducks back in here. So we'll see what happens. There's already a tad bit of color hitting the horizon. Barely see it there in the camera. Hopefully we get a beautiful sunrise today. It is officially shooting hours. And it's looking like it's going to be a pretty awesome sunrise today.
Holly, come here. Come here. Come here. Get bird. Holly. Dead bird. Holly. Good girl. Alright, this is a pretty cool pothole here, but the ducks don't really want to be in it. There's another one, I don't know, a couple hundred yards that way that they're really going down in. And I think I'm going to go try and find that spot. Because I'm just competing with whatever they want to be at over there.
go do some recon. I've already gotten 2 at this spot. I got a green-winged teal sitting over there that Holly got, and I dropped a gadwall in the reeds over there. And I went in and looked and couldn't find it. So that's one thing about hunting this spot. You lose ducks in the grass. You don't have a good dog. Okay, this pond right here kind of snakes back, and there's some water back over there. And there's a ton of ducks dumping in there. I'm gonna go back and probably scare them up here. And then just sit there and see what happens. Just dropped a pintail. It's really hard to shoot here, so I gotta lay down and then sit up to whack them. And the wind is being pretty hard. Get as many as I can, though.
Well, this is what it's come down to for the end of November. I think today I shot the worst out of all 4 days over here, but I still ended up with 5, and I got 2 in the weeds. I got a gadwall over here I never found, and another drake mallard back where I went and hunted earlier. There's actually quite a big network of ponds in this area. Did not do any scouting before we came in here. Thought this one here behind me would be a good one to hunt, so we set up here. When in fact they were going down to another location, we were watching them pour in there. Sarah went over to one spot, and I went over to another. No decoys, just kind of walked out there with the gun and the dog, found the ducks. There was a whole mess of them in these really shallow, grassy ponds. Kicked them all out of there and just sat in the grass. And slowly they all came back. I missed a lot, but I did manage to get 4 while I was back there. Just waiting for Sarah to come back up and rendezvous with me, and we're gonna pull these decoys and call this month good for now. It ended up being pretty good, I have to say. We got the storms, we got the migration. The early season is officially over with. All the dumb ducks are dead, and we move into the late season of waterfowling. It can be really good. It all comes down to scouting, inclement weather, and just being where they want to be. Even though it's the end of November, there's still 2 solid months of waterfowling left. It's only the midway point. There's still plenty of time to get out there and get into them, but get into them while you can, because the end of January comes very quickly.
Here's a closer look at the birds I got today. That drake mallard was the first one to return to those ponds I scouted and kicked all the birds out of. He didn't make it out alive. Got a hen mallard back there. Shot horribly, but I easily toasted that hen pintail. And I got 2 green-winged teal. Hadn't seen too much teal the whole trip until today. All of a sudden, they're everywhere. And last but not least, not a duck, but a perfectly preserved beaver skull that I found. I have found quite a bit of skeletal remains in this area. The dry desert climate preserves them very well. I'll take that home and add it to the collection.